go get him again.
Welcome back to the Robezoid channel. I'm your host Mark, and on the docket today we have an unboxing first impression video on the brand of Carolina Herrera, and this one called basically Carolina Herrera. And this is the Eau de Toilette version, the EDT, not to be confused with the EDP, which I believe were both launched the same year, 1988. Now these are old releases. Now, as far as note breakdowns, it's kind of hard to find anything on the EDT and EDP. They kind of get smashed up into each other. So it was kind of hard to find whose the nose is and when it was released and things like that. So I'm going to go with 1988. You can definitely correct me in the notes, in the comments below. Nose, three-headed monster. Again, that could be for the EDP. I think it was for the EDT, but Carlos Benem, which is an all-star perfumier, Clément Gavari, and Rosandu Mathieu. So Carolina Herrera, 1988 release. This is an oldie and still obviously repackaged here. This is definitely not packaging from 1988. Now, before we get into anything, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, much appreciated. And to my returnees, welcome back. Let's take a look at the note breakdown on this one. And again, I'm from Fragrantica. It might be the EDP. We will see what I get. But there's some interesting notes in here. Like there's civet in this, okmas, tons of florals, like tons of white florals and all kinds of florals. So let's open it up. If I'm a betting man, there's no way there's civet in this thing now. Maybe back in the day. So again, this is the Eau de Toilette version. Stood the test of time, I'll tell you that right now. You know, Carolina Herrera, you know, my experience with the brand is started with 212. So like 90s, like mid 90s. So this is like before that time. Always nice to go back in the 80s and kind of see what we get. Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, yeah. I feel like I'm breaking this. This is a very cheap cap, by the way. Almost felt like it was a built-in atomizer, and I just had to double check. So it kind of reminds me of, was it CH for, no, it wasn't CH for men, definitely not. But there's Herrera for men or something. I have a bottle of Herrera for men that has the exact same look as this. Okay, let's put it on strip, and then we'll put it on skin. Very good atomizer on this bottle. I'm assuming, again, the juice very much reformulated. Let's see if I get anything from that note breakdown from Fragrantica, or was that the EDP version? And, well, I got apricot, and it is in the note breakdown. Ooh. A lot of tuberose in here. A lot of orange flower as well. It's actually pretty good. Blending's on point. Well, you got some pretty good noses behind this one. I like it. I like this one. From Herrera, like, I'm used to like unboxing like stuff from Fragflex that's like bad boy and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh god, Herrera hasn't done anything really decent in the men's aisle. It's very childish, kitty lightning bolt kind of stuff. Even CH Men was like sugary, kind of not good. Even 212 Men were just okay. Yeah, this is lots of apricot, which is really, really nice, but it's blended really well with a tuberose and an orange flower. All right, so civet's listed. I ain't getting no civet, to be quite honest, and I kind of knew that, but and this thing has probably been reformulated to bits. So even if it is the right or the correct note breakdown from 88, if it hasn't been updated, there's a lot of stuff that's probably been chopped up and kind of removed. I'm getting a little bit of that Lily of the Valley too. So she's a floral through and through. Creamy. It's got the green stem kind of thing. White floral, waxy. The florals are dancing well together. There's nothing too heady or too much in this release. And usually in that era, the white florals were heady. They were very, you know, strong, potent stuff. There's honeysuckle in here too, eh? Actually, lots of that. I think actually the honeysuckle might be the X factor in here. Maybe that's why I'm liking it so much. There's tons. Like there's narcissus in here. There's jasmine. There's rosewood. There's tons of notes in here. Amber, cedar, vetiver, sandalwood, oak moss, musk, civet. All I'm getting really is lots of those florals, white florals. Not really much growl to it in regards to like thinking that it was going to be like an 80s powerhouse. But as far as the brand of Herrera, like the quality's there. And that's the thing that's kind of surprising. The quality has not been there with the brand of Herrera, at least in the men's aisle. In the women's aisle, I can't really state much, honestly, as far as recently. I haven't smelt much of Herrera, if any at all, from their women's aisle. This might be actually the first. I think it might be the first. But at the end of the day, it's very classical, yeah. If you didn't smell it, would you be missing anything? No. It's nothing new. It's nothing over the top great. But for the reputation of the brand, especially lately, I think this is one of their better built scents, and there's a reason why it's still out. I like it. It's well done. It's a good one, but nothing crazy here. Now you can find this one at fragflex.com. Go check them out, and you can use my code TFG10. You get 10% off site-wide. That code does not expire, so keep that in your back pocket, obviously. And you can buy this with it, or you can buy anything else if you wish to do so. It doesn't have to be a Carolina Herrera release. Now that you've heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below, good, bad, and the ugly, in regards to this. How's the EDP of this stuff? I'm sure the vintage stuff is like way darker juice and probably a lot better than this. But as far as a recent, we'll say reformulation, because I haven't smelt it, the Eau de Toilette version, this is signature scent worthy. There's no rough edges. You can wear this at work. I think it's a daily wear scent, personally. It doesn't have that personality for evening wear, but you can pull it off. You can wear it as a signature, right? You can wear a dress with this casually, dress it up, dress it down. It's one of those Swiss Army knife fragrances. And honestly, I know it probably has been reformulated, but for a 1988 scent profile, it's still hitting to this day. It can still work. So, a good one from Herrera. Yeah, I'm surprised. Good. And as always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your Carolina Herrera release wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one.